9v9 control mode returns to Apex Legends, and Call of Duty Warzone has a new update. All that and more, my name's Ethos, and these are your top 5 stories for this week's Free-to-Play Weekly. Coming in at number 5, Warframe is turning 9 years old, and to celebrate, Digital Extremes is handing out gifts galore. You can log in right now to obtain the Wisp Dex skin, and another free gift package is due to arrive every week for the next 5 weeks. These packages include mixes of weapon slots, Dex weapons, skins, armors, and weekend boosters for credits and affinity. The boosted Garuda Prime makes her debut in Warframe's Prime Access this week, and she's also more bloodthirsty than in her previous incarnation. Nagantaka Prime, a golden version of her crossbow, which will let her shoot a large barrage of bolts that can inflict bleeding and with an alt fire. There's also the Corvus Prime, an arc gun flat cannon, which sounds like it should be very unpleasant to the person that's being shot at. Garuda Prime Access includes the Kukri Prime armor, Sanguinex Prime Ethereumia, 90 days resource and affinity boosters, and Garuda Prime glyphs. For more on this frame and the rest of the 9th anniversary news, you can check out the Warframe official website. Coming in at number 4, Shark Mob is still busy at work perfecting its Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale Bloodhunt. This week, players got a little peek at a lot of the work the company's doing as they dropped more information about archetype progression and a new playable class, the Ventrue Enforcer. Of the two topics, the archetype progression might warrant the most attention, as this new system will now allow players to not only just customize their characters visually, but their gameplay as well. That's a pretty good approach for a game that's based off of a tabletop RPG. With this brand new system, players will be able to level up individual archetypes and unlock perks for them. They can then choose one perk at a time from a pool of 9, focusing on different strategies and skills to build their own unique playstyle. To unlock these perks, players will need to accumulate medals, and these are obtained by completing kills and assists based off of the damage done. Currently, there are 7 archetypes, and each of these have 9 perks associated with it. Each perk can be unlocked at a specific level, and archetypes include Prowler, Saboteur, Vandal, Brute, Siren, Muse, and Enforcer. Speaking of Enforcers, players can now get a look at the Ventrue Enforcer. Those in the playtest will actually be able to try them out, but for those that aren't able to, you can check out some videos of the Enforcer's gameplay on their official YouTube channel. And coming in at number 3, you know that temporary removal of buildings from the main mode on Fortnite? Well, it looks like that might continue being a thing. According to a post on Eurogamer, a few data miners have found out that assets indicating the no building mode may be sticking around for some time. One of the data miners in question, Hypex, discovered loading screen tips with the text "in mode with building enabled" added to it. This likely means that players that are enjoying the brand new mode enough for it to be turned into a permanent thing. In fact, it's been popular enough that players have been reporting server queues over the last couple of hours. It's an interesting outcome if you may consider the fact that building has been a large part of the game since, the very beginning. Still, it's apparently great news for players, and based on the uncovered tooltips, it may not apply to everything, so it could just end up being a really nice blend of options for all involved. And coming in at number 2, coming to Call of Duty Warzone and Vanguard, Season 2 Reloaded had a massive update, jam-packing a bunch of enticing new game modes and substantial changes to reel players back in. Considering that this is free-to-play weekly, I'll just focus on just the Call of Duty Warzone changes and new things that are inside that game mode. There's really just 3 main things that have been changed with Call of Duty Warzone, and first that's the Rebirth Island reinforced, which means that there's been a reconstruction of the island that has significantly altered several points of interest, including Stronghold, and has added a new one known as Dock. There's 3 modes that have been given brand new life. Payload, Blood Money, and the new Resurgence solo mode will be available as featured in the weekly playlist along with classic Rebirth modes, and you can get weapon blueprints, tons of XP, and new features as the Rebirth Reinforced event offers these rewards to the entire community, including weapon trade stations and in-game events for Rebirth Island. And coming at number 1, your biggest story of the week. From March 29th to April 12th, the 9v9 control mode will be returning to Apex Legends in the Warriors Collection event with a new arena and additional balancing to improve point control and flow throughout the matches. Within the first 2 weeks, players can dive into the caustic treatment plant on Kings Canyon, which has been converted into a 3-point battlefield, and around the arena there will be additional cover, zip lines to whisk players away, skydive launchers to swoop into different control points, and a hover tank to spice up players' movements and strategies in matches. For those of you that have been familiar with the old caustic treatment plant, you may still interact with the consoles to raise the toxin levels to capture point B to create a poisonous trap for players to get stuck inside as they try to capture that point. But of course, the big thing about this entire update will be the brand new arena map for Apex Legends Drop-Off, which will probably catch everybody's attention with its futuristic and experimental layout. Under a starry night sky, players will be able to maneuver between interior and exterior zones, battling in a high-risk vantage points at long range or beneath low ceilings that limit vertical combat capabilities. Depending on the Legends deployed, players will need to choose an approach that doesn't restrict their their abilities and master the functionality of the arena. The Warriors Collection event also brings 24 brand new survival-themed legendary skins to style legends at loadout before diving into the tactical control matches. And as you know, with all these events, if you collect all these 24 timed cosmetics before April 12th, you'll gain the legendary character Crypto's new heirloom, the detachable Baiwan blade, which holds his treasured family photo hidden in a secret compartment of its hilt. And that moves us to the question of the week. With Apex Legends bringing in 9v9 control once again, are you excited to play it again? Or are you kind of not really into it after trying it the first time? Or are you willing to give it a shot with the brand new balance changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And these are your top 5 stories for this week's Free to Play Weekly. Don't forget to check out mmobomb.com for giveaways and the latest news. My name's Ethos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.